Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and we are back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Wednesday, April 7th. 5-2 on Monday. We followed it up with a 4-2 performance yesterday. 9-4 over the past 2 days. Can't get better than that. 10-4 if you want to include my Baylor plus 4.5 call in the national championship game. I'm not worried about that. Our two losses yesterday, we had Joel Embiid's over in points, had the Bulls, we had the Lakers covering, all of that, but our two losses, Jaylen Brown, we had over 21.5 points. Buddy scores 10 in the first quarter. Doesn't attempt a single shot until I believe late in the third or fourth quarter. You can't really predict that. That's just how it be. And Victor Oladipo over 3.5 assists. Whatever. He only wants to get 2. Bam Adebayo well made up for that with a triple-double. So shout out to Bam Adebayo. If you're new to the channel, consider clicking that like and subscribe button. Really helps us grow out this channel. Yesterday we hit 2,500 subscribers. Unreal. So click that like and subscribe button. It's free, and you'll get to see our daily picks for NBA as well as our MLB baseball video. And we have some more betting. We have a betting tips and tricks video coming today, our second installment. That should be posted in a couple hours. So maybe it's already posted by the time you see this, and it's linked at the end of the video or in the description down below. But betting tips and tricks, episode 2. Last week we talked about bankroll management. This week we're talking about how to craft a winning parlay. Put a lot of effort into this video, so hope you check it out. Click that like and subscribe button as always. Let's get into my favorite picks of the day. We're starting with Barrett over 5.5 rebounds, plus 112 value. You're getting great value, and I took a look at this play, and Alex in the chat brought it up to me. RJ has 6+ rebounds in 27 of his 51 games this year. So you're talking like a 50-50 shot. But in every game that he's played the Celtics, he's had over 7 rebounds. So last year, when he was a rookie, he played the Celtics 3 times, had 7 rebounds exactly in each of those 3 games. This year, he upped it. He had 11 rebounds in their first matchup. And it's worth noting that the Celtics have allowed, I believe, the most shooting guard rebounds over the last 2 weeks. You can count on Barrett to play big minutes, and I think this is plus value. Not much you can do there. Sign me up. I'm in on RJ Barrett over 5.5 rebounds. And did I mention today's a big slate? I have 9 picks, so stick around. 9 picks, 2 leans in there. Man, this is a big slate. And arguably my favorite player prop of the day is Zion Williamson's over in points. I would absolutely hammer this if Brandon Ingram is out, which he believes to be out. But if you look at it, when Ingram is out, Zion absolutely has a field day. He's at 31. He's only had 3 career games with Ingram out, but 31, 32, and 34 points from last night. Zion's an absolute tank, and I would still take his over even if Ingram is there. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets, who, as you guys know, they don't play a lot of defense. So we're taking, I like this over at 30.5 if Ingram is inactive. I take the over regardless of what it is. But we're locking in Zion Williamson over in points if he does play tonight. Same game, we're talking about Kyrie Irving. We're taking his over 27.5 points. Dating back to 2016, maybe it's that way, wherever it is in the future. Dating back to 2016 or in the past. Dating back to 2016, Kyrie has played the Pelicans 5 times. 5 times, and he's averaged 34 points per game over that stretch. And now we got 27.5. You talk about the Pelicans over their last 15 games, they're allowing 27.63 points to opposing point guards. I believe that is the second most in the league behind the Kings. You got Kyrie Irving. He scored 25+ points in 26 of his 36 games this year. You got James Harden, who will be out today. And then you got Kevin Durant, who should be making a return to the lineup. I highly doubt that they rush him back and launch him into 30, 35+ minutes. I don't anticipate that happening. Taking Kyrie Irving over 27.5 points. He should be able to fill it up against this Pelicans team, who's given up, like I said, the second most points per game to opposing point guards over their last 15 games. Moving on, Terry Rozier. I know, Scary Terry hurt us. He hurt us good a couple days ago in his revenge game spot against the Boston Celtics. But, I hate to say it, but we're back on the train tonight. We're not taking his points total. Nope, it's 24.5. Not touching that. But what we will take is his rebounds and assists total. It is minus 128, and it is over 8.5. You look at Scary Terry Rozier. He's been hitting this with ease recently. You talk about his last 6 games. He's at 11, 9, 8, 11, 11, 16. So he's hit this easily, double digits in 4 of his past 6 games. And then he had 9+ in 5 of his last 6. And now they got Gordon Hayward out. He's going to have to do more, rebound the ball and assist the ball more to his teammates. He's going to be relied on as a playmaker, and he's likely going to play more and more minutes. You're talking about a Thunder team who they play. The Hornets play the Thunder tonight in what should be an ugly game. I don't anticipate watching a minute of this game. No disrespect to either team. I just have no interest in watching the Thunder play basketball. But the Thunder have been letting opposing guards go to absolute work against them. This is the last 6 games. I'm just gonna randomly list off a bunch of players. Saben Lee, 10 combined rebounds and assists, and he played just 16 minutes. Same game, Killian Hayes, 10 combined rebounds and assists off the bench. So they gave up twice to the Pistons. Damian Lillard, 9 rebounds and assists combined. He only played 25 minutes. Chris Paul, 17 rebounds and assists, 21 minutes. That's as much time as he needed. Van Vliet, 11 combined. Luka, they played the Mavericks. I'm not going to count Luka. He's not your stereotypical point guard. But Jalen Brunson hits it off the bench. 9 in just 19 minutes. Marcus Smart and Peyton Pritchard both have 10 rebounds and assists for Marcus Smart. 9 for Peyton Pritchard off the bench. Need I say more? We're locking in. That's just the last 6 games. We're locking in Terry Rozier over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Say less. I'm taking this prop for Mr. Scary Terry. Hurt me good again. Moving on. We're leaning into Karl-Anthony Towns over 27.5 points. And no, I will not allow a Pacers team trot out Goga Badase, however you pronounce his name, against Cat and let that slide. I just won't. Nope. You got the wrong guy. We're taking Karl-Anthony Towns, and here's why. You saw Miles Turner go out yesterday, and maybe you'll see I like the over in this game, in this parlay of the day, or in the spreads that I'm leaning. But Karl-Anthony Towns has been absolutely beasting, and normally we've been on his rebounds line, which I like as well. But like I said, you got Vucevic just went to absolute work against this Pacers team without Miles Turner. Miles Turner, again, should be out today. And then they should also be without Sabonis and Brogdon, I believe, again. But we'll see. It remains to be seen if those guys are active. But Turner should be out. And that means Goga is starting. And I'm just going to be yelling police the whole time. The Cat gets the ball in the post. He's just going to go to work. The last time these two teams matched up, Cat had 30 points. And that was only on 19 shots. Tonight, you should see more than that. They should go to this matchup, exploit it at will. If you have FanDuel, I love the player or the same game parlay, which I believe is minus 115 value, which is Karl-Anthony Towns, 25 points and 12 rebounds. I think he hits that with ease. I think he gets close to his points plus rebounds total, which I believe is 40.5, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 41. It seems like a very high number for Cat, but I'm taking his over 27.5 points. He should be able to use and abuse this Pacers defense. Cat has had 27 plus points in 6 of his last 8 games against Indiana. We're relying on him to do it again tonight. Take Karl-Anthony Towns over 27.5 points. Moving on, before we get into some spreads and over-unders of the day, here's your 2 leans. I'm leaning towards Josh Richardson over 6.5 rebounds and assists. I won't make it an official play because he only had 1 combined rebound and assist the last time he played against the Rockets, but you look at Richardson, he's been about as consistent as they come. He's hit this line with over 7 rebounds and assists in 9 of his last 10 games. He usually lands on 7 or 8 exactly, so he'll cut it close. But the Rockets have been giving up the most assists to opposing shooting guards over their past 15 games. I consider that player prop. And then Chuma Okeke over in points, the chum bucket. That's what they call him. He has 14 plus points in 6 of his last 7 games. They've been putting his line at 10.5. I think it goes up to 11.5 or 12.5 points today. That's about the highest I would take it. But he's been killing it, and the Magic need someone to score, and they're playing the Wizards, who also don't play any defense. We're locking in, if we can, Chuma Okeke over in points. Moving on to my 2 spreads of the day, over-unders. Pacers versus Timberwolves, we're taking the over 227.5 points. And 3 of their past 4 matchups, they have combined for over 230 points. Earlier in the season, these 2 teams combined for 262. Granted, that didn't include 20 points in overtime, so we're talking 242 in regulation. And with that included a 36-point third quarter. Yes, the 2 teams combined for 36 points in a quarter, yet they still combined for 242 points in regulation. Like I said, a lot of the Pacers will be out tonight, so I think they will play faster. Obviously, the group that they'll have out there with LeVert, McDermott, those players, Holiday, Sumner, all of those players of the world, they don't play a lot of minutes together, so they're going to run fast in transition, try to score at will. They don't want to make this a half-court game. They saw how the half-court game treated them last night against the Bulls. They couldn't score. They'll run in transition, and they'll be able to score at will against this Timberwolves defense that doesn't play a lick of defense. Don't even know why I said that they did that. Had to cut the noises for some loud people outside. We're going to bounce back into that last spread of the day. Grizzlies versus Hawks, over 228 points. Both of these teams have been scoring at will recently. We're talking about these 2 teams matched up and scored 234 points early in the season, but the Hawks have scored 117 points in 4 straight games. The Grizzlies have scored 116 plus points in 3 straight. 2 of those matchups for the Grizzlies have been against great defensive teams. They just dropped 124 points against the Miami Heat, 116 points against the Sixers. We take the over tonight for two teams that play super fast. Parlay of the daytime, this is what everyone sticks around for. We're talking Kyrie, Irving, over 27.5 points. Grizzlies versus Hawks, over 228 points. And Terry Rozier, over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Combine those together, plus 528 value. If you miss any of the picks, you can check them out on the website at callingourshot.com. Check that out. Long shot parlay of the day. We're talking the same exact thing. Kyrie's over in points. Grizzlies Hawks over in points. Terry Rozier over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Add in Karl-Anthony Towns over 27.5 points. And RJ Barrett over 5.5 rebounds. Combine all those together, you're talking about plus 2,400 value. That's a long shot parlay of the day if I've ever heard one. Check out the rest of our videos. We got the betting tips and tricks video coming out soon, so check that out. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, at Calling Our Shot. Thank you guys all for the support. Click that like and subscribe button. Let's hit 2,600 subscribers today. I believe in you guys. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.